What's up guys, welcome back to O-Town Review, and in today's video we're going to be talking about everything having to do with Dole Whip at Disney Springs, Florida, so stay tuned. As an avid Disney food enthusiast, I'm always on the lookout for new snacks and treats and different types of food to find over at the Disney parks, and Dole Whip is a classic that if you haven't tried it yet, you absolutely have to give it a try. It might be on my top 10 favorite desserts of all time. It is delicious. Not only is it delicious, but it's perfect for our extremely hot Florida summers. It really hits the spot when you're dealing with 90-degree weather and 100% humidity. So recently I took a trip over to Disney Springs to check out Swirls on the Water. Now, Swirls on the Water is a kiosk located in the marketplace section of Disney Springs, and this is where you can find all of your Dole Whip creations and iterations and everything you can think that they can put together with Dole Whip. They essentially treat Dole Whip like it's a blank canvas to make these awesome desserts that you really must try. So if you haven't been to Disney Springs before, you can find Swirls on the Water in the marketplace area of Disney Springs. Google it, look at the map. But what I will say about this certain area of Disney Springs is that it has a beautiful view of Lake Buena Vista. So let's dive into the Dole Whip and the options that Swirls on the Water will have for you. But first, let's take a quick moment to appreciate the history of Dole Whip. So the creation of Dole Whip goes all the way back to 1976, and it was created by the Dole Pineapple Company. It finally made its way to Disney theme parks at the Magic Kingdom back in 1984, and it became an instant classic. Fast forward to today, and Dole Whip is a global sensation. You can find it everywhere, from Disney World to Disneyland parks in California to Disney cruise lines. It's become so popular, in fact, that they have a thing called Dole Whip Day every year in July. So every year in July, Disney theme parks has a 3-day festival, an extravaganza, a celebration of Dole Whip that starts on July 20th. It's even recognized on Chase's calendar events as National Dole Whip Day. So you can clearly see that Dole Whip is a huge cultural phenomenon. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what Swirls on the Water has to offer you in terms of Dole Whip menu items. So they have daily soft serve swirls that are just plain flavors that are subject to change at any time. But today, right now, currently what they have for Dole Whip is pineapple and cherry. Those are their plain flavors with nothing else added. Those are just plain soft serve on a cone or in a cup. You can also get chocolate soft serve, vanilla soft serve, pistachio, or salted caramel. Keep in mind, those aren't technically Dole Whip, those are just soft serve. But if you're not in the mood for Dole Whip and you just want to get some regular soft serve, those are the options they have for you. Now on to our specialty menu items. This is where it gets really good. And bear with me for a second, I'm going to read this off of the laptop. So the Dole Whip sampler starts off with a pistachio and purple cheesecake soft serve, garnished with roasted salted pistachio. Dole Whip pineapple swirled with vanilla soft serve, garnished with a pineapple wedge. And then finally, option 3, salted caramel soft serve with caramel sauce, garnished with caramel crisp pearls. That sounds awesome. So if you're not familiar with what a sampler is or a flight, it's essentially you get 3 options of different types of specialty Dole Whip for you to share or to try. All right, on to Dole Whip sampler number 2. Chocolate soft serve swirled with salted caramel soft serve, garnished with caramel sauce and caramel crisp pearls. That's a lot of caramel. Dole Whip pineapple swirled with vanilla soft serve and garnished with a pineapple wedge. And finally, Dole Whip cherry swirled with pistachio soft serve, garnished with salt roasted pistachios and a maraschino cherry. I mean, none of those options you can really go wrong with. By the way, the first option is $7.49 and the second option is $7.99. Finally, keeping in line with the Christmas holiday, you have a Christmas tree sundae. And on that sundae, you have a pistachio soft serve in a waffle cone bowl with whipped cream, sprinkles, and candy Christmas lights. So moving on to our next option, they have a Dole Whip float, which is essentially Dole Whip in pineapple juice. And finally, last but not least for the adults, you can get your Dole Whip with a healthy dose of alcohol. 3 options. Option number 1, Dole Whip Angry Orchard Float, which is your choice of Dole Whip flavor with Angry Orchard crisp apple hard cider. Second option is frozen hot cocoa Knob Creek float. Frozen hot cocoa with Knob Creek small batch bourbon and topped with salted caramel soft serve. And last but not least is a Dole float topped with rum. That's Dole pineapple juice with Dole Whip pineapple topped with Captain Morgan original spiced rum or Malibu coconut rum. As you can see, there are a ton of options to get your Dole Whip fix. You can even get your buzz on if you want to. Me personally, I think I would just go with the Dole Whip pineapple in a cone, the classic, because that is the absolute best. Dole Whip on its own is absolutely delicious. If you haven't tried it before, go for that option first. Then if you like it, try the other stuff. With all that being said, if you want to learn more about Dole Whip, please check out our website, myorlandocoupons.com. One of our latest blogs on there talks about this in more depth. And if you've made it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Once again, guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you again real soon.